insight is a critical skill set when it comes to bringing about personal magnetism. It's something that I explore in my Magnetic Woman program, but I'll share a little more about that later. So, what does it mean to be a persuasive person? I'm going to ask you to consider for a minute some of the hardest situations that you've been in. That could be professionally, it could be in your family relationships where you've had some sort of argument or standoff with somebody that you love. And really consider in that particular moment where you were operating from. Were you operating from a place of ego where you just felt hurt and you wanted to win? Or were you operating from a place of deeply rooted integrity and belief that whatever it is you stood for is indeed the right moral compass and direction that you should be operating from? Really consider what I've said. Oftentimes, the worst conflicts, in fact, even wars on this planet, are coming to fruition because people are operating from a place of ego, operating from a place of wanting to win, as opposed to understanding what it means to operate from a place of peace. When we are able to tap into an integral power within ourselves, an integral power as in it's being integrated into our beingness, of understanding that whatever it is we preach is what we truly believe will create the biggest wins for, let's say, a professional setting or the happiest day of, let's say, a family outing. When we are able to actually step into a place of full integration of our beliefs and our values, and we're able to project that outwardly in a way that is not dominating, in a way that is not pointing out the faults of others, we are in many ways able to exude that art of persuasion that can help other people create more peace within themselves. For example, have you ever, as a parent, for those of you who are parents, had a situation where your child was completely convinced that their view was right, and they argued with you over it, or they refused to take a directive from you as a parent because they were convinced they were right? The reason they were so convinced was because their peripheral vision was only this big. What they understood and what they saw was this. Whereas as a parent, what you understood is much, much bigger, and that's why you gave the advice that you gave. The same type of mindset, in fact, more importantly, the same type of energy of not judging somebody and being able to express to them in a way that actually helps them recognize it will give them greater peace, it will give them better outcomes, and that it will actually help them find better alignment with themselves is actually important when it comes to living a life of greater magnetism. You see, when you want to live from a place of peace and where you're integrating your values within yourself, you no longer want to get in fights with people, even if it's only a verbal fight and not a fist fight. You don't want to even spend that kind of energy of wanting to win, because it's not about winning, it's actually about peace of mind. And so the art of persuasion all boils down to yourself. It begins with you. And for those of you that are interested in exploring this a little more, I would ask you to make sure you click on the link below and schedule a breakthrough call with me, as I'm currently still